Hello everyone, it's Shane Conta, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Andrew Patterson's debut film, The Vast of Night. And this one blew me away, and I was so excited because I remember seeing the trailer for this, and this being an Amazon film, and thinking, okay, this looks really interesting. It has that very old school sci-fi kind of vibe to it, and when I found out this was just going to release straight to Prime, I'm like, okay, I'm excited. And it blew me away. And the film is framed like this is an episode of an old Twilight Zone type show, and it occasionally cuts back to the old tube. It's like an old style TV, and you see the film through this black and white grain. And I thought that was so interesting how it would occasionally cut back to that. But what makes it so intriguing is it cuts back to this very retro, old school style filmmaking, and then it's very ambitious in its long takes and its music. It's very synthy, and but feels very like it fits very well into this like 50s style sci-fi kind of story about two young people. One's a DJ and one works the phones, and this young man and this young woman, during a night where the whole town's watching this basketball game, they start hearing sounds through the radio and trying to figure things out. It can be a little slow, and there's parts where it gets really, really talky. But how this is presented builds so much tension, intrigue, and mystery that I felt enthralled when it was just somebody talking. And especially there's one particular scene of this man speaking over the phone, and his cadence, how he told his story, how it kept cutting back to just the black because it was just him on the phone, and back to the listeners, this young man DJing, running this radio show. And the tension is there, and this is the kind of sci-fi that doesn't need to have special effects and explosions every 5 seconds. It builds up to a point, a fever pitch, and it's slowly growing and growing and growing, and that tension, the music, the direction, the performances from young Sierra McCormick and the young man played by Jake Horowitz, they give really strong performances. The supporting characters, they're not big name actors, but the thing is they bring it. And they make it meaningful and add mystery and layer and dimensions to the story. And I was blown away by The Vast of Night. And I really look forward to seeing Andrew Patterson do more films like this, and maybe he does more of these little stories that are supposed to be like this Twilight Zone. But just from a filmmaking perspective, it was so well crafted, with so much care and detail. I'm looking forward to basically seeing anything he might put forward. But overall, I absolutely love The Vast of Night. I think you should really go check this out. It's on Amazon Prime right now. And especially if you're a huge sci-fi fan, this feels like really old school kind of like Close Encounters kind of sci-fi, where you don't really need to be dealing with all these special effects all the time. It builds. And when that payoff comes, it's so worth it. I absolutely love The Vast of Night. Those are my thoughts. Comment below, let me hear what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.